Just over 30 miles away from the Slovenian capital, this alpine lake looks like it belongs on the cover of a storybook. With a fairy tale cliffside castle, an emerald green freshwater lake, and views of some of the highest peaks of the Julian Alps, Lake Bled and its island church make a postcard-perfect scene. To visit the Assumption of Mary Church, you must catch a ride on a wooden boat known as a plenta. Plentas have been taking visitors to the island in the middle of the lake for centuries. Once reaching the island, it's a 99 stone step climb to reach the entrance to the church. It is said that if a groom can carry his bride up these steps and ring the wishing bell at the top, the marriage would be a happy one. The church is most famous for this bell, which was made in the early 16th century and is said to be a gift from the Pope. Legend has it this was the church's second bell. The first was bought for the church by an inconsolable widow in honor of her late husband, who was murdered and then thrown into the lake. When boatmen brought it across to the church, an unexpected storm hit and the bell sunk to the bottom. It is said, if you listen closely in the dead of night, you can hear the sunken bell ringing from the depths of this picturesque lake.
In the middle of this national park sits a striking testament to the beauty of nature and the ingenuity of Victorian age engineering. This great big story was made possible by the German National Tourist Board and Hanse Merkur Travel Insurance. These stunning rock formations, also called the City of Stone, are known as Bastei, or Bastion. Located in Saxon-Switzerland National Park in Germany, they are connected to one another by the Bastei Bridge. The sandstone rocks are covered in trees and shrubbery, and were created by water erosion throughout millions of years. The first version of the bridge was constructed in 1824 with wood. But in 1851, a new version was built to help with a steady increase in visitors. Today, the Bastei Bridge can be seen in notable Hollywood films. Scenes from the Chronicles of Narnia were shot here, and its viewing platform is easily recognized in the Grand Budapest Hotel. The bridge towers around 650 feet above the Elbe River. The climb up is 487 steps. And because of heights like this, the park is part of a climbing and hiking area that stretches into the Czech Republic. Since the fall of the Berlin Wall 30 years ago, this site has become an exciting attraction for all who visit, and the view from the top is well worth the hike. A walk along the bridge is the perfect vantage point for panoramic views of the mountains and the stunning landscape of Saxony, Germany.
Coastal at one moment, isolated island at another, Mont Saint-Michel is incredibly stunning, no matter the tide. In between two powerful tides from Normandy and Brittany stands the Gothic-styled Benedictine Abbey, named after and dedicated to the Archangel Saint Michael. Mont Saint-Michel wasn't always an island. In prehistoric times, it stood on dry land. However, as sea levels rose, erosion reshaped the coast. Even today, it only sits 600 meters from land. Although it has less than 50 full-time residents, it is visited by more than 3 million people each year. The climb to see the Abbey isn't easy. It's around 900 steps. More than just a church on a rock, Mont Saint-Michel is a medieval time capsule and was one of the first monuments to be classed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site back in 1979.
They look like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. Bridges made out of living trees. This is Nongriat, a remote village in northeastern India where locals have been growing bridges for hundreds of years. That's Wiston Mawa, the head of the village. He's lived here his whole life, since 1952.
Kita kerja start dengan ni riu temen suaki medet padat demi ki tikila thumi kini ki ning jeri kan ha tikila bu ikini ki jengking haman lagi tuwa jaka ke ba pendon kam ha kayak kayen nang ban kam besuk ban le yu le hat ban di le thiet ta le bri le khanda.
To get the roots to grow into a bridge across water, they use wire and old tree trunks to guide their path.
Tehapel dangrit mangga kan ni kala dan lupa. Empat long ya kim ya ni banyak dangrit. Ini tang ala dap menurut prosau senem. Jika ni jengking buat di itu ke bah ar kala long ya. Jadi mata sa nam kan ni kan. Bikin diri dan hang ni ajan ni kan senang. Akabala penpau bersibun. Beriu nak kadang saudong ke belawan ban cengok kai ban pek kai kan ka jengking ban pek ke ba sadin ni ban besuk iki kun sin.
Located in central London is a public park that remains hidden to even the locals. The medieval-style church of St Dunstan in the east was built in around 1100 and has had a long 900-year-old history. In 1666, it was rebuilt after being damaged in the Great Fire of London. Then, during World War II, a direct hit during the London Blitz destroyed a majority of the structure, leaving behind only the north and south walls and steeple. Instead of rebuilding once again, the City of London decided to turn the remains of St Dunstan in the east into the public garden, which is accessible today, if you know where to look. Tucked away from the main road, the garden is situated between the Tower of London and London Bridge. The green ivy-covered walls, trees and flowers offer an enchanting escape from the city and serve as a reminder of London's history.
Pink towers and giant dragons. Sounds like a scene from a fairy tale, but in this case, it's not. In the Sampran district sits one of Thailand's most unique temples. Wat Sampran is a pink shrine dedicated to the Buddhist faith and measures 260 feet or 80 meters high, representing the age of Buddha when he died. While the temple is known for the giant encircling dragon, its meaning remains a mystery. Bhavana Buddha, the founder of the temple, was inspired to create the hollow dragon building during a 7-day fasting meditation. Construction took only 5 years. Visitors can climb the stairs of the 17-story temple to touch the dragon's beard, or they can climb inside the belly of the beast. This temple is a must-visit for people looking to discover something truly one of a kind. Three and a quarter miles east of Key Biscayne, near Miami, Florida, is an underwater eternal resting place for ocean lovers. The Neptune Memorial Reef is an artificial, man-made reef that houses the remains of thousands of people. After cremation, ashes are mixed with cement to form features that become part of the reef. The reef's design was inspired by the underwater city Atlantis and includes lion statues, columns, benches, canopies, and podiums. It takes up half an acre and sits 40 feet under the surface of the water. The Neptune Memorial Reef serves a dual purpose as a home to many underwater creatures, fulfilling its mission of creating life after life.
These two spectacular temples sit in China's most biodiverse mountain range, and you may have to pass through the clouds to reach its peak. Fanjingshan is located in China's Guizhou province and is the highest mountain of the Wuling mountain range. The tallest peak stands about 8,000 feet above sea level and is believed to have formed between 2 million and 65 million years ago. One of the most well-known features of Fanjingshan is Red Cloud Golden Summit and the two temples that sit on its peak, which are connected by a stunning and heart-pounding narrow bridge. Fanjingshan has been a sacred place for centuries, and it remains an important pilgrimage site for Buddhist worshippers around the world. In 2012, Fanjingshan was named the 13th UNESCO Natural Heritage Site in China, securing China's top spot at having more natural heritage sites than any other country.
Although there are many castles in Germany, there's none quite like Eltz Castle. It has been privately owned by the Eltz family since 1157. The Eltz Castle was originally constructed in the 11th century, however, additions and restorations have been made over the years. Unlike most castles, Eltz Castle isn't easy to spot. It sits off the main road, high on a rock within a low valley, and is surrounded by a lush forest. Many visitors are drawn to the hiking trails surrounding the castle grounds. 34 generations of the Eltz family have lived among the castle's 120 rooms, and since today no one in the family lives there full-time, the ancestral home is open to the public. Every year, over 300,000 visitors come to see the castle and its armory, treasury, and original furnishings that are over 8 centuries old. Throughout Europe's tumultuous history, this enchanting castle was never invaded or destroyed. Its rich history has earned it a spot on the 500 Deutschmark note, making it a special site for those who get to experience it in person.
Today's journey takes us to the Dutch town of Giethoorn. Giethoorn is just like any normal town, with one exception. Roads. They don't have them.
De mensen die zijn aangewezen op een boot. Sommigen kunnen dan wel met de fiets op de plek van bestemming komen. En anders moet het lopen gebeuren. Ik ben Per Dedden, local burgemeester van Giethoorn. Nou, er zijn 2400 inwoners ongeveer en 1100 huizen.
And boats. Lots of boats.
Een goede dag zitten er ongeveer zo'n 500, 600 bootjes hier wel op hier in Giethoorn.
That's Jan, one of the town's resident boat builders. He's known for Punters, a flat-bottom boat that originated in Giethoorn.
Is wel ontstaan in Giethoorn, maar momenteel gaan ze echt over de hele wereld.
And where there are boats, there are bridges. 167 to be exact. And just like any town, people need their groceries, their furniture, their beer, you name it. But in Giethoorn, they must pass through Anton. He's the town's bridge guard.
Als de brugwachters ermee stoppen, dan ligt het dorp stil. Op een drukke dag ongeveer 300 boten, waar we dus de opening voor verzorgen.
One of those boats is the fireboat. This is Bart and Eric.
In ieder geval de plek waar wij dus met de auto niet kunnen komen. Dat is natuurlijk hier in het dorp Giethoorn veel plek. Veel woningen aan het water, dus voor blussingen van brand gaan we eruit. Maar ook voor het redden van eventueel drenkelingen, boten die zinkende zijn of noem maar op.
And this is Jan. He's in charge of maintaining the natural lands around Giethoorn.
Nou, alles rond Giethoorn, de meeste weilanden zijn gewoon per boot bereikbaar. En de koeien op de boot, dat zien we in Nederland niet zoveel meer. Maar dat gebeurt dus in Giethoorn nog wel. Voor ons is het eigenlijk normaal.
So, there you have it. The residents of Giethoorn prove that a life without asphalt, traffic, and trips to the DMV can be pretty damn great. Roads? Who needs them?
I think I've came up with the largest collection of old American cars in the world. Yeah, all of them has a story. But they kind of take their place in the forest, and they're part of the forest. They grew up partially in the forest. And my name is Walter Dean Lewis. I run and operate and own Oak Car City, USA. I was born and raised in a junkyard, and I like junkyards. This land was clear when I started putting them in there. I wanted nature to take its course, and we just let it go wild. These cars come from other junkyards and just individual people, and they all wind up here at Oak Car City. Ford, Chevrolet, General Motors, they laying out there in the forest, rotting away. We build things out of rust out there, and it is a piece of art.
The Tigray region in northern Ethiopia is known for its assembly of rock-hewn churches. Sculpted out of sandstone, the most wondrous of these is Abuna Yamataga. There's only one way up. You have to climb this cliff face. Welcome to the world's most perilous church. Established in the 5th century, the church is named after its founder and builder, Father Yamata. Perched 650 feet above a steep cliff, some say he chose its location to be closer to heavenly spirits. Others argue it was a strategic move to avoid his enemies. Either way, the church's location, ceiling frescoes, and precious goatskin Bible have attracted worshippers for centuries. The church has 20 clergymen and is managed by this high-ranking priest. He has lived here for over 47 years, and he makes the climb every day.
أنا دما كشي غور رفائيل أثر السهاي بحال أزوية كريستيان زي نوارئية أقلقالي قداسي وداسئية أوزي دما زمسو أقايش مسا أنا قادي كوينز تقومتكو كل جزية دما وزئية.
For fearless worshippers, the 2-hour trek to the top begins by hiking to the bottom of the rock from the valley below. Visitors must first remove their shoes before climbing.
نساتهم ما عادين كريوا خلوا فرحمه كم تصعد في مسلم لحارجن أتابعنا أو زي حازو أو زي رجسونا لنجن نساتهم كعات تتابعهم يوصوا أيام اللاسي سلين حبر لهم أيام اللاسي متشوي لا أنا نحبر لهم.
The final obstacle to the church's entrance can test the most ardent pilgrim's faith. A narrow cliff ledge with a deadly drop to the left and no room for error. Once through, you may think you're in heaven, but you've never felt more alive.
كل هزبي أو زي كريستيانتي زي سجدي أو زي كريستيانتي زي السالمي يلن بناء زيادة حيلي سلزخون أيو تخم زيلو أو زي كوينيو عمي دخل يخون لو قدر تسألني مالتي.